Like Skinamarink, The Outwaters has been a really divisive movie so far on the internet. So if you want to have an idea of how likely you might be to like The Outwaters, keep watching. Hey there, creepy peeps, I'm Nightmare Maven. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I post about horror movies, books, TV shows. Sometimes I do live streams, other fun spooky stuff all year round, so if you end up liking this video, maybe subscribe. Written and directed by Robbie Banfitch, The Outwaters follows a group of friends who take a trip out to the desert to film a music video. While out there, they experience strange sonic booms, noises, and unnatural behavior from the animals, all culminating in one night of mind-bending horror. As you can probably tell from that summary, this is a bit of a hard movie to describe, especially if you're trying to go spoiler free. Although, to be honest, even if I gave you a complete rundown of this movie, like everything that happens, I think it would still be hard to describe. The beginning of the film is your standard found footage horror fare. We have random clips introducing us to the characters, although for the slightly longer runtime, I was hoping for a bit more character development. I felt like I barely knew these people, and I ultimately did not give a shit about what happened to them once stuff started getting scary. Once the group gets to the desert though, I started to get more interested in what was going on, especially as they start hearing the weird noises, and you kind of expect to hear strange noises in a desert at night, but these are extra unnatural. Like there's something unnerving about them. And that to me is really scary because nature, while beautiful, can also be terrifying. And then to add in a touch of something otherworldly, especially out in the dark, in the desert, and it's pitch black out there. Yeah, no, that's enough nightmare fuel for me, honestly. And I was starting to get into everything, and one little detail that kind of took me out of the movie was the reactions from the actors upon hearing these strange noises, because they never seemed to react like they were hearing something scary. Either that or these are the bravest people on the planet. At one point, our main character and cameraman, Robbie, who is played by the director of the film, sticks a microphone in this hole in the side of a mountain. Not kidding. From within, we hear these horrible shrieking sounds. Like there's no way that this is anything natural. And the dude doesn't even flinch. And it took me out of the movie for a little bit because it didn't feel like a super realistic reaction. Then we get into the last third of the movie, which I won't spoil, and I kind of don't think I could anyway because I still don't know what the fuck was going on. If you're like me and you have a tenuous relationship with found footage horror, and you especially dislike characters running around waving the camera to and fro, I hate to say it almost, but maybe skip this one. The last 40 minutes of the film is Robbie running around the desert, wildly swinging the camera with the world's worst flashlight. In a word, it was exhausting. Plenty of reviews and articles about The Outwaters also mention Skinamarink, as both films are kind of making their rounds around the internet right now, and they're both being touted as experimental horror. That might be something for another video. I don't know how you guys feel about that term. But I feel like both movies are essentially trying to accomplish the same thing, and that is leave the scary stuff up to the viewer's imagination, which is something I normally like and appreciate. But between these two movies, I think it just comes down to personal preference. In Skinamarink, we see these really long uncut shots of this dark house, and this gave my brain plenty of time to come up with X number of horrifying things that could be lurking in the dark. In Outwaters, I was so focused on this tiny, tiny beam of light, which was my only source of being able to see anything, and trying to get my bearings, that my brain did not have time to process like the scary noises and imagine what they possibly could be coming from. And to have this go on for 40 minutes of the film, that's not an exaggeration, it was exhausting and it was really frustrating. The thing is, I feel like I appreciate what The Outwaters was trying to do. There were a lot of cosmic horror elements in the movie, which was a pretty cool pairing with found footage, because the whole point of making something found footage is to lend credibility to the story, to convey that this is something that really happened. There's no question to whether the characters are hallucinating or not. And it was just a shame that we could truly see so little in this movie once the scary stuff started happening. Like, I don't want to see every little detail. Not at all. I just give this man a better flashlight. Overall, this was not for me. There were too few moments that I truly enjoyed compared to the majority of the movie that left me really annoyed, but not in the fun way that film can sometimes tap into. So I won't be watching this again. If you've seen it already, please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I'll especially be looking for anybody who enjoyed the movie. I really want to hear your thoughts on it. There you have it. Those are my, I think, spoiler-free thoughts on the Outwaters. I think I don't think I could spoil anything about this movie if I tried. I really don't know what was happening. If you ended up liking this video, give it a thumbs up. It does help me out. I post weekly on this channel, all horror, all the time. So I'll see you very soon with a new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.